In this next video, we'll be looking at optimizing our flow pattern. So first of all, we need to switch to the Simulation tab here on the ribbon. You now see we have the FTM, or the Simulations of Strain tab. If we go in here, we now have the possibility to specify some information upon our machine. So first of all, our pass selection. Here we specify all, so from flat strip to form profile. Then we specify our forming geometry. In the first example, we will use household statement and a factor of 2.5. Next, the core material. Let us select a standard galvanized with a yield of 360. And now the roll form line. Here we'll check data and video, and we can modify this. Let us specify some center distances of 280, and we can tell it we need 20 stations. Accept with OK. And now we need to detick diameters from, because we didn't create any axes yet. So now back to our roll form line and modify the data and video settings, and now we can access the root diameter settings. So first of all, our drive diameter could be 150, our top roll 220, and our side rolls 120. We'll leave this as is for now. Hit OK, OK again. Now let us check our assignment. Here we specify whether our stations will be formed with the bottom or side rolls. We'll leave everything with bottom for now, hit OK, and then hit OK. A quick review of the forming length. Everything seems to be in order there, nothing greater than the station distance. OK. And now we can grab this here and shrink our spreadsheet. And take a look at our results. So here you can see we have a few peaks in our graph. We have the possibility now to look at the maximum strains, and we can also take a look here as part of a line diagram. Here you can see our side 1 and our side 2. Obviously the right hand side here being side 2, and you can see here we have some more strain than on side 1 being the left hand side. We can take different views, so let us go to the simulation view Cavalier, and now we can take a detailed look. Okay. So here we can see an area of concern. Here we can see the forming curve in this area here relating to our roll diameters. So, based upon what we see, we can now go to the COPRA tab, click on COPRA Views, and look at a realistic view. This helps us see in a little more detail. So it becomes clear we need to ideally add a few stations to reduce these peaks and assess our forming angles. Let us now switch back to the 2D wireframe view here, and now back to flower. Now, as we have already specified, if we click over here, you will see in our station attributes our relative positions between each station is taken from DTM. If we needed to change that, we can right click here and click edit, and then we can change it here. But we will leave it for 280 right now, and of course we would use this distance for all stations, or if we had stations of a particular type, we could specify another, for example an accessory or an idler. So our first station, as we know, will be our entry guide. Our last station, as we know here, will be our finisher, which could be a calibration station. Okay, and now you see we have some axes types over here. Now, new for COPRA RF 2011, we have the possibility, by switching to the COPRA tab on the 3D panel, we can switch to 3D mode. This is now active, and now we can select to see individual stations or the entire flower. So first of all, here we can highlight by dragging here a few passes. We can deactivate, or we can select all by ticking here. And again, if we switch to realistic, we kind of get a feel for how the material is going to flow in our flower. Again, additional possibilities to look for things which may cause concern. Here we can see some sharp material movements between stations, so this ideally is where we would need to concentrate. And now, if we rotate, we can take a look here. And we can see the material movement here. Of course, this may be undesired, so we can now potentially move the reference point so this area of the profile remains continuous, and we have an increase of diameters here to form the dovetail. So we have some ideas to move forward now for our optimization. Let us return to the 2D view by going first of all to wireframe and then returning to the 3D tab and activating 2D mode. And again, you can see, because we have all player patterns highlighted with a light bulb, if we detick that, we just return to where we have focus. We also have the possibility to tick these boxes to activate stations permanently. And of course we can detick them like so. Okay, in the next section we will look at optimizing our flower, first of all by reducing strain in the channel forming parts of the profile, and then changing the reference position in the earlier stages of the dovetail form.